Hey everyone. Oh, I was supposed to do a song. I forgot. There's so many songs going through my head. There's so much stuff going through my head. I just saw this crazy Google Theo video, and I'll have to show that later when VeVe Magic is here. Anyway, hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a VeVe, OMI, Definity, Devi, daCAT, SHIRO, a couple other things, update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. For not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. And yeah, let's get to it. There's a bunch of stuff to go over, including a new video of David Yu. He'll be on the channel. I'm gonna guess after Lisbon. I wouldn't really want to. So I guess you can all kind of confirm now. Anyone that was over that follows David on Instagram, if you take a look, it's like, okay, what was the last thing he posted? About 48 hours ago, he did go and post, hey, great catching up with one of our amazing partners, Tokidoki. It's always a pleasure collaborating with such a creative and passionate founder. Excuse me. And it says, I'm excited about what's ahead and can't wait to bring more exciting projects to life together. So if anyone did a little channel their inner rainbow, they could see, okay, they're at Tokidoki. Where are they? Oh, it's a big licensing expo in Las Vegas. And again, he's not there anymore. So in the same way that military, usually they never say where they are until after they've already left, certain types of military anyway. David didn't actually tell anyone where he was until after he left. There was only a few people that knew that he was in Vegas. And then over on he's in the UK right now, doing that for the MCM Comic Con. And he's there and he just told a group of people, it was only a 5-minute video, but he said, yeah, I was at Las Vegas, licensing expo. He met up with them, and there are other people he likely met up with as well. If you go over to the licensingexpo.com and you take a look at the 2025 exhibitor list, there's a whole bunch of artists, a couple of which that you guys will know, a couple of which that I'm really hoping that they got, or at least were able to talk to. So there is one of the first ones is Activision Blizzard. That would be one of the greatest licenses that they could get. I think when did Microsoft? I think they bought them for like $69 billion. Everyone comment nice down below for the 69. 69 bill. Yeah. FTC, they dropped the case. Actually, they dropped the case like a day ago. I didn't even know this news came in. The FTC dropped the case over Microsoft's $69 billion Activision Blizzard deal. Again, whether we're in a simulation, this is all an AI prompt, or the fact that the universe just likes to do ironic things. Microsoft was buying Activision Blizzard for $69 billion. That is B as in Bravo. And yeah, there was like, FTC was like, no, hold on, this is monopolistic type of stuff there. But then Microsoft just apparently won it because the FTC just dropped it. So that would be really great if we could get Activision Blizzard. That would just kind of step up everything for Microsoft. And again, what I would be hoping, something that I've been calling for years, is that maybe Microsoft would be one of the only companies that would be able to buy at least a piece of VeVe. Because if VeVe is going to go in and let's say raise some money at some point, Google, Apple, Tesla, Microsoft, like FANG, like anyone over there, if they could just get a little bit of funds from them, raise a little capital, do whatever. Anyway, Activision's one of those. Then Amazon MGM, we already have them. Angry Little Girls is something that I've seen recently pop up that a couple of my friends' kids have, so I'm going to keep an eye on that. Arcade One Up, I don't really know them, but outside of that, after I get out of the A's over there, if you look, hey, Bandai Namco, the owners of Pac-Man, the ones that they just posted about. So David said there is a new license coming, and maybe they just inked a deal with Bandai Namco because they did just post about them a couple of days ago. Now, they did also just post about Minecraft the other day as well. So give me one. Meow, 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 meow. And just let me do a quick Google search. I'm pretty sure it's Microsoft. Minecraft is owned by Mojang Studios. Oh, it's a subsidiary of Microsoft. So again, if they were to go in and get Activision Blizzard, which is a subsidiary or which is a company owned by Microsoft, then they might be able to go in and get Minecraft as well. So again, any of these is actually possible. But David said new license. I guess it could be Minecraft, it could be Pac-Man. But then again, I made a video the other day. Hey, it could be Pokemon, it could be Roblox, pretty much anyone at this licensing deal that they could have inked, and the list goes on forever. I'll talk about that a little bit more when VeVe Magic gets on board. She'll be here at some point. Let's go over some crypto, shall we? Yeah, let's do the crypto. All right, sorry. There's a lot of no idea the outcome. Yeah, Bit4. Okay, yeah. The Bit Forex, they still have 13 billion OMI on there, and we'll start with OMI. Let's get this spread. OMI on CoinGecko was up a little bit this morning to about 0.0027, the same as it was yesterday. Got sold back down 0.0025, but we are still up 5% on the day. And if you take a look at the last 7 days, it does seem to be on an uptrend. We had that wicked spike yesterday, another wicked spike today, and we go in and we take a look. It's like, oh, hey, look at that. Up actually 25% over the week, just because we had gotten down a little, down to the 0.00199 level on May 18th. So that's why we're up like 25% on the week. It's not like daCAT that's up like 150 something percent on the month, but again, I'll take that where I can get it. I might actually get a little bit more OMI in June. I'll keep you posted. I did get the last thing I got was a bit more Definity. I actually now have, I got it. I'm a little heavy on Definity. But we'll definitely get a little bit more OMI in June. Actually, if all goes according to plan, I might actually be able to get more Definity, OMI, and Devi in the month of June. I'll keep you all posted on how I'm able to do that. Well, I guess part of the way is that I have, again, writing comics for a lot of people. The Ladies on Soul. Now, obviously, the daCAT, the first 2 are complete, at least written. Half of the third one is written. The Ladies on Soul, that is completed. And I just had a deal with somebody else today to write their comic as well. And then a couple of other ones kind of in the pipeline. So I'll keep you all posted. But they are all going to be in the daCAT universe, and they are all definitely going to be on VeVe. So again, the goal here, the end goal, I'll make a little bit of a fee for writing it, but the end goal is to get all of these communities comics on VeVe. The more people that get on, the more might buy OMI. More users, the better. Anyway, so that's OMI. They are at, and if you take a look at CoinGecko, they have it at 2.1 million in volume at a $67 million market cap. But if you go and take a look at CoinMarketCap, it's the same thing. Like, hey, it's still up 25% over on the week, up like 5% on the day. But what is different is the volume is at $4 million. Okay, like, why is that? So you go and take a look down at the exchanges, what's different. And on the second page, they have the DeepCoin on there. And I went over this the other day. I don't know what DeepCoin is, but they continuously have over $1 million in volume. I've never taken a look into it. If anyone else has, by all means, go in and get that bread. Anyway, when merch, dude, I would love it if they had a merch. That would be, and they could do it multiple ways. They could say like, hey, you can buy this merch for US dollars, credit card, whatever, or you could buy it for a discount in OMI, where half of it would go to burn, whatever. I would love it if they would do that, because then, one, they make more money. Two, they could possibly burn more OMI with it. Yeah, if they did merch, that'd be amazing. People would buy it all the time. I'd buy it. Anyway, let's keep going here. So that's OMI. Let's take a look at SHIRO, see what they did. They have a really interesting buyback system, or not a buyback system. Well, they'll have that as well. But for SHIRO, what they have is for the next month, if you buy any amount of SHIRO, like up to $500,000, maybe even more, and you hold it for a month, they will go in and give you an additional 50% from their business development wallet, which is bananas. They're down about 2.5% on the day, but still have 1.7 million in volume, just under a $6 million market cap. So if you take a look at SHIRO, they go over and they are actually lower than Definity now as far as market cap. They're 5.9 million, Definity at $6.2 million market cap, 6.9 fully diluted. I was on a space yesterday. I think it was Pablo's space. Oh, we have Chaos on the Chains news. I'll get to that later. Love them. And maybe some other type of deal is happening with them. I'll keep you all posted. It was last night. I'm sure. Yeah. So last night I was on Pablo CRO space. Had a couple hundred people there. Pretty much what he does every Friday is saying, hey, whoever is the best shiller for the night, they go in and they get to take a look at tickertrending.com. They get a free listing there. Now the cat's already there. And I asked everyone, like, hey, who should I shill for? OMI, Definity, Devi? No one answered. So I just chose Definity because it had the lowest market cap and it has the best chance for the greater returns. I think Definity has a better chance for greater returns than both Devi and OMI. So that's what I showed. And when I showed that, I basically went off and I took a look at an article that was written X amount of time ago. It was last updated last month in April of 25, just because new things keep happening all the time. Originally, this came out like early 2024, but they keep updating it with new things that they're doing, new partners, like they just signed Utila. They have a new deal with Kima. So I pretty much just read this for a couple of minutes and just said, like, guys, be advised, it's not shown here, but they do hundreds of thousands of dollars per month added to their P&L. And again, it's always important to go out to other places and work for your bags and shill for your community. So that is Definity. Only 1,300 in volume on the day, so a very, very light day for them. The volume will increase as the greater bull market comes up. daCAT pretty flat on the day, up about 0.5%. Give me 1 second. Submitted the form, very good. Oh, it was a $350 fee. Oh, damn. Incorporated, okay, can confirm the exact meow meow meow. But I want, yep. Don't start working out with no set date. Let's reconnect week 2. Like, I already started writing, ha ha ha. Just make me when you can. Yeah. Okay, cool beans. When merch, VeVe Zombie. All right, so daCAT. Oh, what's up, Zombie? How's it going? Saying yo, my man. daCAT has about daCAT has more volume than Definity, 1,600 in volume at a 1.5, almost $1.6 million market cap. Again, up 0.5% on the day, so pretty light, not too much there, which is a stark contrast. We're down kind of flat on the day for everything, but we had a wicked down day yesterday for most of the market. But over the last 24 hours, that seems to have corrected a bit. No one's really up or down more than like 4%, just because the big dip happened yesterday, at least in recent history. Part of that might be because the holiday weekend. Part of that might be just because Trump is just like, yeah, you know what, 50% tariffs on European Union because heck 'em. And it had to do with, I think, the mineral deal that Greenland signed with them. And they're like, well, we want to have that deal with Greenland. So kind of punishing the European Union for that, which I don't necessarily like. And then again, it just comes off of the last couple of days where the SUI and all that jazz just got hacked, and CETUS got hacked on the SUI liquidity pool for a bunch of those meme coins. Everything went down, just craziness. Turtle, what's up? Saying how much longer till I'll be able to say Randy? I knew Randy when. There's the daCAT comic is fantastic. Anyone will read that and be like, this is really good. But daCAT and the daCAT characters are not the only ones in there. There are mollusks in there. There are people from there's characters from Chaos on the Chains, and any one of them could be super popular. And then the Ladies on Soul comic is very good. That it's a standalone one with a tie-in for daCAT. I can't say what it is, or I won't say what it is, but again, very good. And I am going to be writing a couple of others for people. And again, the writing is solid. The writing, like, one of these things is going to blow up into one, like a major thing. When does that happen? I don't know. It could be a couple of years. And obviously the crypto will take off probably well before any of these IPs become global. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe later this year it'll be, depending on what crypto does. We shall see. All right, let's keep on going. What did I do? daCAT, Shrro, Definity. Let's go to Devi here. Devi is at up about 0.4% on the day. So again, pretty flat. 453,000 in volume, so not a ton. $47 million market cap. It has fallen. It has weakened over the past couple of weeks, months. When will it rise again? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Like I said, I have no problem not buying right now, so I can buy a little bit next month, and that'll be, yeah. That, I mean, I don't see any real reason for it to kind of pump until they come out with some announcements. Just because when you have someone like that French lady Anne, who is just like legit a Jedi version of a lawyer, like one of the most important lawyers over in the world in France, writing pretty much writing laws and regulations on certain things, and she's advising Devi and Will Stewart, who's just an absolute stud on Wall Street, known for raising hundreds of millions of dollars, and what they have with, again, at Devi. So all of these things, this price, add a zero to it. 53 cents should be $5.3. And it's not, because a lot of the crypto people are just not understanding what this is doing, and they likely won't until they tell us who their stock exchange partner is. And again, I assume they're playing that really close to the chest. I don't know who it is. I don't think anyone does. But again, regardless of who it is, it's going to be someone that's known in the entire world. So it's got to be like London Stock Exchange, NASDAQ, or somewhere in Japan, Chinese markets, whatever. So it's got to be one of those places. And again, globally recognizable, that's going to get people pumping. But when do they do that? They might not do that for 6 months. We don't know. So that's why I'm comfortable not buying right now, and I could buy next month, because it shouldn't really pump before then. Especially with all of the stuff that they have listed, and then it still hasn't pumped. I'm pretty safe. Happy life, appreciate you. First half, the other half, what's the expected finish date? I'd say 2-ish weeks, unless I take some acid, and then I'd say 2-ish weeks. Okay. Penguins, and let's go, let it go, echo. Oh, I gotta message that to someone. Okay, let me go message, because long story short, something with echoes, or it's not, I don't want to say trigger word, but give me a echo eyes. Okay, emoji. Okay, very good. So that's the Devi, that's the OMI. Okay, and I did pretty much everything over here. So let me see if I can ping the magic and say meow meow meow, magic, meow meow meow. Now feel free to come on whenever. Link is in your X inbox. Yeah. Okay. Let's go over to some of the news that we have from yesterday. And then we'll oh my God, there's so much stuff from yesterday. And then we'll go on to today as well. UX. Okay. US and India new trade deal could be announced within the next week. Apple is aiming to release a Meta-like smart glasses. The Meta-like smart glasses at the end of next year as part of a push into AI-enhanced gadgets, but it has shelved plans for a smartwatch that can analyze its surroundings with a built-in camera. Fascinating. They did have, VeVe had 47 new users make their first purchase last week, which is amazing. And they've gotten about 40 over the last 3 weeks before then. So it's now, the average is slightly above. It's like 42 per week, new users, which I will take that slowly but steadily. I will take that. VeVe says Ultraman Volume 2 has landed, with the SSSP now operating as a covert agency. Shinjiro Hayata has inherited the mantle of Ultraman from his father and learned of a new and terrifying alien invasion. Suit up and dive into the action. Ultraman returns in Volume 2, available on VeVe with five epic rare variant covers on Wednesday, May 28th. Actually, speaking of VeVe, I haven't taken a look at how they did today. Let's take a look. See if VeVe will let me sign in. So their drop this morning, the Sierra series, series 1. Let's take a look at what they have. I think they kept 50 mints. So what are we at? So that'd be 20. Menace, 1168. Okay. So what is that? 352. And then the uncommon. So I'm gonna guess. Plus minus 17. Okay. Not bad. There's the rare. Okay, there's the uncommon. Okay, here's the rare. And let me go to plus 49 minus, what is that here? 495. And then for the secret rare, I think they only kept 20. So let me take a look at how many of those sold, which probably not a ton. So 179 minus 1. Okay, so that's 33. Just add 33. So they actually made $11,565 with this. I'm glad to see that they at least made the the 5-figure mark, but I'm not. So I'm happy about this, not because they made $11,000. That a lot of these characters, for the hazard versions, they would make about 30-ish thousand or more, and it's like, okay, well, why didn't this one? I believe I know the reason, because there was no phygital aspect. I don't care if the phygital aspect were to cost an extra $2,000. That's so much like I would rather pay the extra $2,000 to the artist or whoever to get the phygitals on here, so that this way it doesn't do $11,000, it does $25,000. That much more, extra. Let's say like 13K, even if it was like 30% margins, which is probably quite a bit more. But even then, would have more than paid for the phygital aspect of it. It's just more money in VeVe's pocket. So I think this solidifies the fact, hey, the other ones that the hazard versions did had phygitals, they made more money. This one did not have a phygital, made less money. Now you can go on to like, okay, Chavez, that is cherry picking data. The other ones were not dropped in a month where you had Star Wars month and people are hurting for gems. And you're right. Oh my God, VeVe Magic. How long were you there for? I didn't see you.
Oh, only a few seconds.
Oh, okay, cool. Talking about today's drop, and I don't know if you heard. I noticed that the other ones from the South Korean hazard guy, they usually got like high 20s or early 30 or low 30s, like in volume for stuff. But they had a phygital. Today's did not have a phygital, and today's did like, I don't know. I just did the math. Under 12K. So but also the other ones were in a month that weren't Star Wars month, and this is now Star Wars month. So people are a little short on gems. I don't know. What's your take on that? Does the phygital really mean that much? Is it too early to tell?
I think people like a chase. I think they like to have something to,
Yeah.
have their chance at something a little more unique or special, one of ones, special editions. I think drives.
Yeah, having something in
Yeah.
your hands feels
Yeah.
nice to get the digital. So I just opened up Instagram because I was gonna search for David's profile for reasons. And then who do I see but Robert Irwin Photography? Have you seen some of the stuff that he's posted lately?
No.
Bro. Okay, so like I can't prove this, but I'm pretty sure that the Australian government was like, "Hey, Robert, the U.S. tourism is like down for the year, so we need you to like sex it up." And then he's just like, "All right, mate, fair point." And then he releases like an interview saying like, my dad met an American girl, my sister met an American guy. I feel like I need to meet an American girl, and the amount of women, like I think half of them were married, that are now like migrating to Australia to like get like shoot their shot, is heckin' bananas. Like it was the most ingenious marketing move I've ever seen. Speaking of,
Also, your Australian accents, not bad.
oh, thank you. Am I Lena in Scooby Doo on Zombie Island? Because I've had years of practice. Also, what I've had practice with, I channel my inner Rainbolt, and I saw the other day David had gone on and posted a photo with the Tokidoki crowd, and I was like, wait a minute. There's a booth, there's somewhere that's happening, and obviously he's been traveling, and it wasn't public until he mentioned it like a few hours ago. I was like, okay, where is Tokidoki? Okay, what type of stuff is going on? And I did some Google foo and noticed that, oh, okay, they're at the Las Vegas licensing conference. Okay, then David was at Las Vegas licensing conference. And you know who else is at the licensing conference at Vegas, VeVe Magic? Do you?
I have a feeling you're going to tell me.
I will. Activision Blizzard. Microsoft had just purchased them for $69 billion. And Activision Blizzard is part of the, obviously, part of Microsoft. And so is Minecraft. And Minecraft, they had a little tease of the other day. And you know who else was at this licensing conference? Bandai Namco, owner of Pac-Man. And they had the Pac-Man tease the other day. So I am thinking the new IP might be one of these people. What do you think the new IP is?
I literally have no idea because there's like quite a few to choose from. But I thought it was really interesting that he said he had like 45 meetings. I did watch that little video. So I'm very interested to see. I mean, he seems very excited. Granted, he is such a nerd, he gets excited about everything, but he seems very excited about this and like, oh, I just gotta wait on like PR and everything. So I'm curious to see what it is and how they release it, like the news and all that.
Yeah,
Did you already
can't wait.
cover like the event and all that? Sorry, I'm late, by the way.
I have not. I mean, no. I started a little. I had to do the show
I
with
was
the
actually
crypto.
talking to some of my peeps over there. I've been FOMOing, so I've been
What
FaceTiming
what
anytime I can to talk to all of them.
what did they say? What did they say to David after hours? What has he said after a little drinky?
Well, I didn't. I more asked like the vibe and everything. I didn't ask for the alpha. But no, they got nice shirts and sweatshirts, like hoodies. I'm like, I want one of those hoodies. And then the digital collectible. So that was cool that he showed up with all that stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
When merch. I want some BB
right?
stuff.
Man, they could be making so much money just on like
I
their own merch
know, I
line.
know, and they're not, and it kills. They could be burning OMI. Yeah, like they. Uh,
But no,
uh,
they're all having a blast. Yeah, I'm like gutted that I'm not there. They FaceTime me while they're at the party, but they're like downstairs and the Wi-Fi signal was horrible. So they actually
mm.
all ironically looked like Minecraft characters on the phone when they were FaceTiming me. But I'm like, hi. So I got
It's
to say hi to
amazing.
everybody. Yeah. Yeah, everybody said hi, and that was really, really nice because I'm just my soul is gutted not being there. It just doesn't feel right.
Yeah. You are over at Lisbon, right?
Hmm.
Ah, very nice. Getting that
Yeah.
bread.
Yep.
So
I'm gonna land on June 3rd. Fly out here on June 2nd.
June 3rd was the date that Lorelai and Luke's wedding was supposed to be
How do you
before it
remember this stuff?
I've seen the show like 8 times. I know it was a very big moment, June 3rd, and it just
I would never remember that.
well, if you were a true Gilmore Girls fan, you would know that.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So I maybe Janie would know that. Maybe
She might.
she might. We'll ask her. Is it in a beach house? Oh, very nice. Okay, cool.
Did you
Uh,
decide you're gonna go or you're not going?
no, I have a VA appointment that day, and those VA appointments are very
Mm.
hard to. So I need that appointment before I can start my treatment with my spine guy, and
Oh,
my spine guy says in a couple of months after he starts treatment, I'll be good to do stuff again. So I'm ready.
nice.
Can't wait. But until then, it is the self medication and other stuff. So for you, did you make a video the other day that one of your cats was lost and then came back and then?
Yeah, that's been like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago.
Mm,
Yeah, so my cats are indoor, outdoor. That's just how it's always been where I live. I've lived in this house since I was 3. Um, but he's adventurous and he like didn't come back. And I mean, we were in full blown panic, but we used the Nextdoor app and put a message out like we're looking for our cat. And he had like gone a block and a half away just in the middle of the night, just touring around. And then my cats are super, super friendly. And so he followed some guy home and then they kept him. So they found the message on Nextdoor and they're like, I think we have your cat.
that's
So
awesome.
Yeah, so I got them back and I kept them inside for like a week because I was like panicked. And man, they were just like clawing to get out. But he's actually in the other room, like passed out on my daughter right now.
Oh man, Kitty thought he had a new home. Or I
Yeah,
wonder if Kitty
I'm
thought he
like,
was just kidnapped.
man, how could you do that to me? Like
I don't know, what were they feeding
my
him?
neighbor next door, she was in England at the time, and she actually gave me the code to get in her house because she's like, "Oh, he comes into my house all the time. Maybe he accidentally got stuck in there." So I went in her house and I looked inside her house for like 10 minutes seeing if I could find him, but yeah, he wasn't there. But yeah, he's a man about town. He's got friends everywhere. He talks to neighbors more than I do.
I wonder if he has a little lady friend. I wonder if there's going to be any little kittens out there.
Well,
And
he is not able to produce any little kittens, but that doesn't mean he doesn't have a lady friend or
gotcha.
more than one.
Nature finds a way. No, yeah, I'm so pumped for this new. Have you seen the Jurassic Park trailers?
No, I haven't. I didn't even know
They
there
look
was one coming out.
they look really good. Oh well, anything that ScarJo is in, my bay, I have to I have to take a watch. So I've been very excited about that. Something I also saw on the TikTok is I don't are you familiar with Google's Theo?
Mm-mm.
Even real. We're here because someone typed a sentence on a computer in some distant universe. We're just prompts. You're just prompts. That's all you'll ever be.
We're more than just prompts.
Then prove it. We're not just prompts.
I actually am. Somebody sent that to me to not that reel or that TikTok, but somebody told me about that today. So I thought you were telling me somebody's handle.
No, Google, or it's called Veo. I thought it was Theo. Yeah, it's real now. Like they're like I get it. Somebody prompted that, but what if that's us? What if we're just AI prompts? What if we're not real? And I legit had like there was a tear rolling down my face. I was like, what if it's all not real? I don't.
Yeah, this is what was sent to me today. You're seeing what people are doing on the timeline with the NFTs, the digital collectibles with
Yeah,
VO.
that looks so cool.
Yeah.
Clever Jerk. He did that with his Thanos helicopter.
Yeah, Casual is one of the first ones that started it. That I'm aware of. And now more people are using it as well. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yes, Jamaris. I have a couple hundred alligator Lokis. Tammy bought Tammy had a nice winning streak doing stuff, and yeah, she got another secret rare alligator Loki. So we're keeping that crazy. What's up, sleeping? So I guess part of the reason you're on here, aside from hanging out with the Chav, is that we have a small update on the logo, just as far as not the logo, the partner statue. It is obviously the partner statue, the week with us, if they would like, and then it is another random VeVe collectible from me, and then another collectible from David. Would you like to tell people what that collectible is?
I don't know what that collectible is.
Oh, he just said it was like a Disney collectible.
Okay. I was like,
so I don't know which
aware.
one. I mean, it could be something worth like 2 gems, or it could be something worth like not 2 gems. It could be a sub 41. It's probably it could be a comic. I don't know. Well, yeah, it could be a comic because they have the. Have you read those?
I'm sure it'll be decent. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be at least something semi-decent.
Have you read
But
the Into the Betaverse, the Disney comic? That's like where they go into like this multiverse thing.
I did with Emoji when he had the comic shop. We did the one. It was one of those like I think it's kind of like the same thing. It was one of those like what ifs with Scrooge. It was actually a good comic. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
We did like a review, not a reading, but like a recap and review of it.
Yeah. We don't know, OG. We have no idea. But for the Into the Betaverse, that looked really cool because it looked like Mickey and Pluto and Goofy, they were like going into some type of multiverse. And I've always wanted to read. I haven't yet. I haven't. There's so much on my to read list. What's on your to read list?
I don't really have a to read list right now because I have a to watch list with like the show that I'm doing of viewing and reviewing different Disney and anime films. I gotta stay up with that. So
Yeah,
that's kind of
talk about that. Tell us about the new show. How did that come to be?
it was Emoji's idea, and we were just hi Omar. I don't really remember how it came about, but we decided he's like been dying to get me into anime, and I'm like not into it at all. But then he was like, I think it'd be kind of cool if we did like, you know, kind of like a mixing of the fandoms, like one week review something anime related, the next week Disney, just back and forth. And yeah, it's really fun. We are enjoying it. I think today was the 4th episode. We have the next 3 or 4 already done. And it's every Saturday, and we get a collectible giveaway for that. So that's cool.
Sweet.
Yeah, and it's an interesting show because he does a really good job of editing and adding in different effects and visuals that are unique. And he's using his avatar, so it's kind of it's not AI, but it's kind of like a, you know, a futuristic approach. It's not just 2 people sitting on screen. Like I'm having to like talk to this avatar, which is weird, but it's kind of I don't know, it's cool. It's
Yeah.
fun.
There's so which animes have you seen so far?
I saw Your Name.
Mhm.
I saw Wolf Children. I saw Boy and the Beast, which will be next week's review, I believe. No, I think we're doing Death Note first.
You're
I
doing Death
watched
Note.
Yes, I watched the first 7 episodes of Death Note, and then people were like, "We want to hear more." So, that's part of my homework is before we record again, I'm going to try and finish the whole series and do like a then overarching review. But we just reviewed the first 7 episodes. Yeah, I think that's covers the anime ones. Yeah,
That is
and
so great.
yeah, and we brought Max had seen Boy and the Beast, so we brought him in for, and he's going to be like on a teleprompter, sort of like behind me. So we brought him
Okay.
in for that review video. So that'll be an interesting one. And then we're going to do Kiki's Delivery Service, and we're going to bring
Okay.
in Janie for that. And then there's another one I'm forgetting the name of, and we'll bring OBL in for that. So people that have watched some of the animes, like we want to have guests and stuff because it makes it more fun and interactive. So we're definitely going to add people in as we continue doing this. But yeah, it's fun.
So if you've seen Death Note, you will like this picture. At some random convention, somebody asked Justin Bieber for an autograph, and look at the book that they asked him to sign his name in.
Oh, that's funny. Do you think he had any idea what it was?
Probably not. I don't know. He is a little bit of a nerd, and like I think I talked to him once. So he collects Pokemon cards, and
Does he?
yeah, and he gets, and the reason like why this became a big thing like years ago was it's so strange. Like in like 2018, 2019, people are just like, bro, what happens to these cards when like millionaires get in the hobby? I was like, guys, there's already millionaires in the hobby. Like trust me, there's already. And
Yeah.
then on one of Justin Bieber's like Instagram stories, he's like selfieing mode through his house, and you see like on his wall he had some Pokemon cards that are PSA graded, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, Justin Bieber's in!" You know, like FOMO got in, and on this place called not 4chan, it's Tap Talk E4, short for Elite Four. They they had this like want to buy page, and anyone can be like, "Hey, we want to buy X amount of things." And an account messaged me called Not Justin Bieber, and it said like, "Hey, I'm interested in your trophy Kangaskhan." And I was like, "Oh, okay." It's like, "How much?" And normally people usually didn't have like 6 figures like throw around, but Not Justin Bieber did. And I was like, "Yeah, I'll give you like 150 for it," which at the time was the price of like the last auction. And I was like, "I'm not. I can't do it for that price." That like clearly the trajectory is going up. But anyway, he never messaged me again. But I still remember the Not Justin Bieber, and I think it was him.
I mean, you would think though, if it's not him that, or if it is him, that he would have a little bit more of a clever name than that.
So
Just saying.
there was my friend Mike. His name was his name was Mike Coker. Is Mike Coker, and in like high school had a I guess a game was coming out. I don't know if it was Assassin's Creed or if it was like Gears of War, where you could get like a free, you could play for like a free X amount of time if you had like a new account. So his like one account was just called like Koki91, and then he made another account after that free trial ended called not Koki91. So I feel like that stuff has like been that's like a trend that people do. So not Justin Bieber. Like just let me have my moment, Magic. Let me.
I'm sorry.
let me
We take
have
that with you.
speak of emoji. Speak of the devil, and they shall appear. So there is much to do in the Disney World, but how many times have you been to Disney World? Because you go to Disneyland a lot, but Disney World, how new is that for you?
I've probably been, I don't know. Well, I mean, like separate trips because it's like you can go for a whole week. Separate trips probably like 6 to 8 times.
Okay, all right. So you've been there a bit.
Yeah.
Nice.
Are you gonna go to the parks the week we're there?
If that is what the winner wishes, then yes.
I hope so.
Yeah, I mean, even if they, yeah, I'm sure we'll have time for parks anyway. Even if the winner doesn't, the winner might. So what would you do if there's like if the winner is just like into like this heavy hardcore death metal and we dress up like Kiss and then we rock out at like a mosh pit? Would you do that? You would do that, right?
I would cheerlead from the sides very willingly.
You wouldn't rage?
Probably not.
You wouldn't throw bows at people? Oh,
I thought you were gonna do the unspeakable and say like, oh, what if instead of they're like bidding on not only a partner statue but also a Disney staycation, and it's like, what if they're like, oh, I want to go to Universal? Be like, come on, you can't do
love
that.
Harry Potter World. Like Harry Potter World's great.
No,
we can't do both.
no.
We should let the. All right, Magic. If you haven't, I don't know if your kids will watch this one. Okay, so watching the Blue Man Group while inebriated.
You and the Blue Man Group.
Wait, what? Did you say what's the Blue Man Group?
We've had it. No, I said you and the Blue Man Group. I feel like we've had this conversation before.
Oh, we probably have. I feel, yeah, I'm sure. I don't know. I think you can have both. I think both can exist. It's not one without the other. What's up, everybody? How's it going, fam? Yeah. So on this day, we have had not only a little bit of this is the second day of OMI small pump in a row. Was it you? Did you get in? Did you buy?
It wasn't me, but I am proud to say I finally did get all of my OMI to stacker. So go me. Woo.
Yeah. There's a couple of people that are doing some fun things. But buddy of mine that had like next to no OMI. Oh no, that's why he had like 10. It's got like 30 now because like sold a bunch of stuff on Stacker. So a lot of stuff is like is selling. There are new users. There are people that have a little bit more money now. The crypto's going up a little bit. And you have I think since the last time we spoke, you got another partner statue.
I have 4. I'm going towards my 5th. I would probably have a 5th early next month.
That's girl. Is that so? I know it's like what was that? It was a breakfast commercial. Like I can never have enough waffle crisp or cookie crisp. Obviously, the answer is like how much is too much. You never can have enough. But
never.
Did you ever think
maybe if you're Dr. Profit and he's like, I'm good at 400.
Did you ever think you'd have 4?
No, and it's like it's such good like retribution for me because I fell asleep before Walt started pumping, and I could have bought it like under a K, but I was like, like that drop really changed everything, and nothing was pumping like it did until partner statue took off. Like that literally changed the course of everything, in my opinion. And I thought it was going to do what the market typically did. And it was like, oh, everyone's going to pump it up to like 1K, 1,500, and then it'll cool off. And in the morning, I'll be able to buy it for like 800 or something like that. And yeah, I woke up to like 6,000 and I was like, oh, oh. So, yeah, no, I've been happy. Like, and then Silicon was over here, like completing like 4 full sets, like, trading Todd's like crazy and like not even having to put fee on him because he had all those 50 plus Todd's he had gotten, and that was like brilliant at the time to be able to just kind of like shift funds.
Yeah.
But yeah, the FOMO was bad, and I was just like, man, if I had just not gone to sleep and like bought it when I should have, then I wouldn't be in this position. So now I just like, I'm not mad about it. I'm just like happy that I am where I am now, because I never thought that I would have 4. Like, that's amazing. So I'm happy.
We had a
It's my grail. Shout out Walt. My camera. Hold on. There we go. There he is.
Okay. All right. His two big buttons over there. A little then his sartorial charm. Tammy was on the stream the other day, and we went crazy. It was on the last day that Blackpink was around before they started burning them. So we spent way too much money, and she's just like, "Oh, I got a reso." I was like, "Oh, nice." She's like, "Yeah." And then she had mentioned that, like, hey, there's a really cheap, couple of Todds over there, and she's like, Silicone had told me that, like, eventually Todds will be worth like multiple ETH. So she's like, boing, and she grabbed one that night. She grabbed another one the other night.
Oh,
so
nice.
yeah, she's getting that bread. I'm curious when it goes up, when everything, because Raoul Paul's talking every day about NFTs, and I feel like it's hard for me to like kind of judge when like normies talk about it. I like where they're, because like I'm so engrossed in Web3. How much time do you spend with your normie friends, the ones that like aren't really into crypto or NFTs? Like how are they doing? Are there any interest in crypto in the other world?
I mean, most of my friends, I've at least like thanks. Most of my friends I have talked to about it, and they just sort of all like kind of either they're already in and just kind of like letting it stay. Like, the people that aren't in it bought stuff and they're just letting it sit, and then the other people are like just not into it, which is fine. And I don't know, maybe that'll change, but
No.
yeah, I feel like from what I've seen, at least in like my circle, the narrative's kind of the same, like with
Okay.
I don't know, people's acceptance and everything.
All right, so we have some time to stack a bit before they come in. What is not fine is Marvel delaying Doomsday and Secret Wars till December 2026 and 2027. What the fudge is that all about, Magic? Do you know why they did that? Damn.
I don't know.
I figured with your
but I do want to have a little bit of like potential speculation on the Disney front.
Let's go.
So yeah, so I don't know if you're aware, but we just over here in California started the 70th celebration of Disneyland. 70 years.
55, yeah. Okay.
So they're doing like a whole big thing. They brought back one of their like most favorite parades, Paint the Night. They've shifted some of the shows. Merch is like crazy. So I'll be curious to see if they, I don't know, do anything 70th related like they did for Disney 100. This is actually a Disney 100 cup. I cannot figure out how these cameras work, but anyway, it says Disney 100. Also, the new Stitch film just came out. I watched it yesterday, and we got, sort of like it wasn't live action, but like the second Buzz Lightyear, which I'm not really a fan of.
Yeah.
I want me a live action Stitch. He's so cute.
aside from Stitch's cuteness, how was the rest of the movie? Was it
So I'm
okay?
not. Yeah. So I'm not actually a fan of the original. I just thought that the girl was just like the family dynamic. The girl was just too bratty for me and just kind of like annoying. And I just didn't really like the family dynamic in it. The live action I loved. Like I like it better than the cartoon version. And
Okay.
Mr. Champ in one of my group DMs, he went and watched it today, and he gave it a 10 out of 10.
I feel like that's not the type of reviews I've been seeing online. Now, granted, the critics have been scathing, but yeah, let's one day I want to take a couple of so when Inside Out, what's the one with the little emotions that is that Inside Out?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I never saw the first one, and
I
then
haven't
like
seen the second one. I've seen the first one.
like a year or two ago, whenever it came out, I had a friend that I was gonna go. I think I went to see it with my friend. I think Justin and Steph and Steph. And so he's like, "Yo, you got to see the first one." I was like, "Okay." And the first one was, I
I didn't like the
spoilers.
first. I mean, I've only seen the first one, but I didn't like the first one.
Yeah. So when who's the elephant's name, and he like sacrifices
Bing
himself,
bong.
and yeah, and I was like, I like called Steph like crying. I was like, "Why would you tell me to watch this? He died. Like this is not a happy ending." And yeah, I was like, "Oh my god, it ripped my heart out." So I wasn't excited for the second one, and then I liked the second one.
I still need to watch it for sure.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Stitch is the best. Had a lot of Stitch stuff today at London Comic Con. Oh, we're over there. Nice. Yeah, I'd imagine there would be. I wonder. I wonder if people cosplay. I'm sure people cosplayed there. I'm sure people have.
Yeah, I watched Max and Janie's live stream. I caught part of it today, and I watched I think like all of it yesterday. Very much focused on anime, actually. Like most of the cosplayers were anime, and yeah, there's
Nice.
a lot of.
Did
Yeah.
you craft a Lisbon ticket from yesterday?
What do you think?
Yes.
Of course.
Okay. What number did you get?
I got I think it was 240, I want to say.
Nice. I got 485. That was
You got 45?
I'm sorry, 485. 485.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, 240.
Moji says, I
No.
guess it's dope. Become an anime fan. You're not.
Really not though.
Wait,
Really
did you not like Death Note?
Or I'm only 7 episodes in.
I know, but like
I don't
like
know. I don't dislike it. I just like don't love it. Like
so if there's one, and so emoji, I'm gonna give me a sec to explain here. There's one that my ex-girlfriend really loved, and I hadn't taken a look at it because it seemed very girly and kid-like. It's called Madoka Magica, and then like the first like episode, I was like, "Is this like you really like into this?" She's like, "No, trust me." And I was like, "Okay." And then by like the fourth or fifth episode, I was just like, "Oh, I see." Like it's like okay,
but
it starts off.
that's like one of my biggest problems. Like it shouldn't take me that long to like something. Like he tells me like, "Oh, give it 3 episodes." I'm like, "For why?"
Because
if it's good, it should be good.
It is good. It's a thriller, but then you start to be like, "Oh, that's what happened in this." Like you don't know. It's like they call back stuff from the first couple episodes. Oh, that's what was going on. And it's so good, Matt. I promise. You had me watch it. Yeah. Okay. So I don't know the song.
Is this turning into like are we talking Disney or anime? Like what's going on here?
It can be both.
No.
So it was all right. If it made you cry, then it's good. Like it made you feel.
Randy,
Which one was
I
it?
cry for like the smallest things. Like I'm a very emotional person. I've cried like 4 times today with all the
Oh,
London stuff going on. Like I've been
you are so
appalled.
cute.
I can't help it. Like it just like it makes me so happy and sad. Like oh
That's
yeah.
so
Oh
adorable.
no. I know Kaki's here now. Oh god.
The I have my issues with Dragon Ball. It's good, it's fine. So the history of it is there's this kid, Goku, raised by this guy named Gohan, or he names it like he's from like, actually I don't even know if they go over this in Dragon Ball. He's just like a really strong kid, strong as an ox. And then they like, so people that are like reading this anime in like the 80s, it's like Dragon Ball. It's like, all right, it's a really strong kid. They learn with your chi, like energy waves and stuff like that. And then they do a time skip, and then they call it Dragon Ball Z. It's like X amount of years later. And then this like alien dude comes in, like Raditz, and he's Goku's brother. Goku's an alien, like, and then like he's an alien. They're like, what? And it's the craziest. Like, anyway, Dragon Ball is like okay. Dragon Ball Z is so good. Dragon Ball Z is just like,
There's a difference. I thought they were the same.
well, Dragon Ball is like all the characters like 40 years ago, and then Dragon Ball Z is like they age them up a bit to make it adult and badass and all the other synonyms for awesome. Same anime is hard to go back and watch nowadays. Stop. Okay, yeah, he did say.
Oh, he's on my side. I like that.
I agree. What were the cartoons you watched when you were a kid? Like, I'm gonna say obviously you had some Disney cartoons and stuff in there, but some other stuff.
My Little Pony. I did watch X-Men Saturday mornings. I remember that. I watched Scooby-Doo. I don't know if I watched the animated Ninja Turtles. I mean, I really liked the live action Ninja Turtles movie back in the day. Gosh, I don't know. I was out and about a lot as a kid. Like I didn't stay home much. I was an outdoorsy kid.
I feel like you look great, but I feel like you might have aged yourself a little bit with that reference. I was an outdoorsy kid, where you were born in like '99.
I had to force my kids to go play outside. Like my kid just wants to be on VR and his iPad. I'm like, go outside, live life. Like I got up on a Saturday morning and watched my show, and then I was like out. I don't care.
I was more of a I like outside playing wiffle ball, kickball, hide and seek, stuff like that. It was great, but I love my video games too. And sometimes you just had to like veg out, play video games for like 12 hours, and as long as you were quiet and you didn't run through the house, I feel like parents didn't really care. As long as they didn't see you, you were good.
I did play video games a lot when I was little. My brother, way back when, he had the original Nintendo, and we had this whole box case that had just all the different games stuck in there. And I had the guns for Duck Hunt. And I mean, he went off to college and I'm still playing. And it got to where you have to lift open the lid of the Nintendo and blow to get all the dust out. And you had to get the game and blow on the game. And like, you had to like insert the game into the console and then like push it down just right and like have this like click thing for it to like, oh man, wore the crap out of it. But I played that a lot. And then I have still to this day, the parents are still there. My neighbors down the street, one boy was a year older than me and one boy was a year younger. And they were like basically my best friends growing up. And I would go down after school every single day. That's where I learned to play pool. We played pool every day. We go swimming, and then they had Sega, and we would play like Bond, and that's where I fell in love with Mario Kart. And so I did game a lot when I was little, and then I just kind of got out of it and grew out of it.
Well, me and your brother would get along hella good. So Mario Kart, the next Mario Kart is going to have Pokemon in it. And I will not be on the internet for like 3 days when that comes out. I'm going to play the crap out. I'm going to play as Mewtwo. I'm going to peg people, not peg. I'm going to hunt people with Pokeballs. It's going to be great. I can't wait. That should happen in a couple of months.
I did never get into Pokemon. Don't hate me.
I know. It's okay. It's okay. I still love it. MacGyver was big when I was a kid. Saturday cartoons. Go to the park.
Oh my god, I watched MacGyver too.
You guys are aging yourselves over there. Grandma used to watch MacGyver.
That was a great show.
Yeah, MacGyver's really cool. All of his stuff. I feel like a lot of it could still work. feel like a lot of can still be out there. There is outside of VeVe, what big purchases might you make? So obviously going to Lisbon costs money. Going to San Diego, New York. Are you
I
gonna?
still have to book my flights for Florida, by the way.
Let me know what days. I think me and Tam
Yeah,
get there.
I gotta talk to Max and Janie. I'll probably talk to them when we're in Portugal and figure out exactly what days we're gonna go.
Cool. But speaking of Portugal, let me know what other stuff is going down there, because there's got to be some type of announcement. There's got to be some. Who will be doing the live streaming? Will it be you? Will it be the OMI homies? Will it be the sandwich together?
Yes. I still need to have some meetings in preparation, or a meeting in preparation, to figure out exactly how we're doing it on socials. But yeah, we're going to be covering Stacker for sure, and along with VeVe. And so we'll be live streaming and also making content, just like whether it be shorts or like an overall thing, the after events. Like, we're just gonna sort of fine tune it and figure out exactly what it is that is wanted. But yes, we will be covering the event.
Sweet. I can't wait. I'm gonna watch all of y'all. I'm gonna go in and get that bread. There is so we'll have that. That's happening in June, and I guess the next event after that will be San Diego. Not 100% sure if I'm going to go to that, but I will obviously be in Orlando, then New York Comic Con, and then Vegas. I was talking to a couple friends of mine. They're outside of VeVe. Although my friend Dan does have VeVe stuff. He has an account. He has OMI. Is not really part of the fam yet, but we're gonna bring him in. I don't know where we're staying. Do you know where is DesignerCon? Like, what hotel is it at for Vegas?
I think it's gonna be where it was last year. I don't know if it was like the actual convention center. It was sort of like it wasn't a convention center, but I don't know what it was called. Sorry. But it was towards the end of the strip. Like, it was, I guess that's North Vegas, right? But it was a big building. It was actually a really great location. Like, I thought it was great. Like, it was a nice, as big, if not bigger than Anaheim. Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, we just stayed in a house that was like off the strip, 10-minute drive from the convention center. And you're basically 10, 15 minutes from the strip. It was pretty easy.
Sweet.
But I think that's where it's going to be again. I just don't remember the exact location.
Cool. All right. We'll keep me posted. I don't know where I'll be. I mean, I might go a couple days. Oh, so it's a couple days after the 11th, and on November 11th is Veterans Day, and that's where I eat a good 5,000 calories that day for free. But I've never done it in Vegas, so I might go a couple days early, and I might just
that's cool.
Eat there for free. Mm-hmm. Everyone said emoji dropping the lore over here. Grandma had his mom at 17, and Kaki Gaijin's family had him young too. Yeah, we get to see the lore. Good. How old was your mom when she had you?
37.
That's so okay. 37, and then
and my mom's she's quite the cougar. She's 10 years older than my dad.
Good for him. I'd get along with all the men in your family. Yeah, I'd be like, yeah, video games with the bro. Talking about older ladies with your pops. Like, oh yeah, this is fit right in over there. I wonder if he would be impressed or horrified at some of the age gaps that I've had. It's been quite
horrified, but that's okay.
I don't know. I feel like back in the day, like, it was kind of more commonplace for the age gaps. I feel like back in the day, it was like,
so?
Yeah, like
between with women being older, I think it's more common.
Oh no,
now.
the men were always older.
The men were always older. I think like my mom was like a trailblazer back then. Like,
yeah, I mean,
girl didn't care.
We're not gonna, focus on the details of which gender was older, but age gaps in general were. Yeah, I've seen some of these videos on like TikTok, and even so, I have a Lori Brenner story Queen. I have a Queen story, but yeah, I feel like a lot of people back in the day is like, yeah, my husband, he would come to my father's shop every day when I was 14 and he was 26, and it's just like that is a age gap, and it's like so many grandparents, like it's wild, and I have the inverse of that, which I'm okay with. I saw a meme the other day. It said like Happy Teachers Appreciation Week, and it was all these like the younger women that were like arrested because they did the deed with the student, and I was like, oh my god, this meme is so heckin' wild. Speaking of wild stuff, have you taken a look at the Diddy trial that's going on?
No, I haven't actually.
Girl, okay, this is like
No, I should be. I totally, but it's one of those things. If I click it once and like watch live or whatever, like I'm done for. Like I'm all in, and so I'm like I can't afford that much of my time, so I've been staying away.
dude, it is
Because
my
I was,
Roman
what was the
Empire.
one? Oh, I was like all in on the Depp Heard trial. I was like glued to the screen. Like that trial. Wow, that was chef's kiss. Like that was so good. So I'm like,
My
I
dog
can't do
stepped on
that
a
again
bee.
though.
I love that. I don't know why that quote from Amber Heard lives rent free in my head, where she said, "My dog steps on a bee," and that's a big one. And then I guess, yeah, that's my Roman Empire though. The Diddy trial. It's insane. And
Is
apparent.
it bad? Is it bad?
Oh yeah, it is. It's so certain parts are funny. They compared his little airman to a Tootsie Roll, so that was fun. But then we know what the 1,000 bottles of baby oil was for. I mean, like
What?
you knew, but now it's just like it was like a show. Like he would bring women back, and he wouldn't be with these women. He would hire dudes to be with these,
Ew.
and everyone slide, and then like every 5 minutes, okay, stop, time out, and then he relathers everyone in baby oil. It was just, I was like, jaw was on the floor. I was like, no heckin' way. And apparently, they're connecting it to Epstein, where it's all
Are they saying
interconnected.
that?
Yeah. So also a buddy of mine had a professional. I won't say what, but just a professional athlete said like he had a couple of friends that he had played with, like, and back in the day, they were at Diddy parties, and like yeah, like everything is true. And there's a couple stuff that wasn't there yet, and they named a certain politician yesterday or 2 days ago, and everyone's on TikTok, and they're just like, and they're not saying like the politicians, like you can figure out who it is like really quickly, and I was like, so it is, yeah, wild times. Keep Amber away from all the pillows, not the pillows. Yeah, deep state stuff, Stan. Deep state, deep state.
It's crazy.
So
It's
yeah,
it's it's yeah. It's. I just feel bad for anybody that was like is actually like really messed up from this stuff.
yeah. I would say. I mean, Usher seems okay now, but Justin Bieber, you could tell like his
Has
crash
he been
out.
saying anything about it? I've been like getting like I've been seeing like little headlines where he's maybe sending mixed signals or something like or vague things out, but I haven't looked into it because I just don't really know much. But
I haven't either. I think just because everyone like already knew he was in there, like his, that time that like it's not like breaking news. Like it was breaking news when Britney Spears was all like, wear a yellow shirt if you're in trouble, and then she wears like a yellow shirt like the next video, and like but everyone kind of knew Justin Bieber was in this already, so it wasn't like no one was like shocked when like his name kind of got brought up. But yeah, like Diddy's lawyer like quit after like the second day, and Diddy's like, yeah,
oh my god,
yeah. It's like how effed are you when your lawyer just straight up like, nope, not gonna do it. Yeah,
it's career suicide perhaps.
yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess they're there for the. Yeah, I wouldn't know. Stan says, will they kill the like Epstein? I don't know. Like I hope he stays alive long enough so that he's able to say like, yep, this person, this person, this person. Yeah, we'll see what happens. And this is why I like comic book characters as opposed to a lot of real life artists, because Mickey Mouse ain't gonna, like, they're not gonna arrest Mickey Mouse, and he's not gonna have 1,000 bottles of baby oil in his mouse house.
God, I hope not.
You hope. I wonder, did you see that? It's like a puppet movie that they made. I think Melissa McCarthy's in it a few years ago, and it's like Jim Henson's like son like made it, and it was like a legal battle whether they would release it or not, and it was like an X-rated like puppet movie, and Melissa McCarthy was like the sane one in the movie, and she played a crazy person. It looked nuts. I gotta I forget the name of it, but it looked great. Anyway, on the bringing it back to VeVe here after we veered off course a little bit. We are getting out of season 9 and we're about to hit season 10.
Didn't it already start?
Did it start?
I thought it did. I thought the black pink drop was the last season 9.
Oh.
I don't know for sure. Don't quote me on that.
Okay. Did you get any Blackpink?
I did go by the the black and pink logo.
Nice. Yeah, a lot of people got that
before the burn because I saw that not many sold. I didn't get anything else, but I got that one.
Yeah, Sean from Comics and Crypto sent a message where it's just like someone just like straight up just like swept the floor on it. It was just a screenshot of the Blackpink like the neon sign, and I was like, oh damn. Which it wasn't a ton. It was like, okay, it's what's like $200 that they spent, to go in. Oh my god, JD, hi. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow.
I don't even know her.
Dude, I saw a meme the other day where this dude put his girlfriend's name, and his girlfriend's name was like Keisha or something, with like a bunch of hearts on it. And it's like every time she makes me mad, I erase a heart. And then when she gets down to 0 hearts, I break up with her. And someone's just like, he gave his girlfriend a health bar. And I was like, what? Oh, what's up? Janie. All right. In Gilmore Girls.
Oh, no, I know what you're going to ask.
Yeah, Janie. In Gilmore Girls, when was Luke and Lorelai's wedding supposed to be? What date?
She's not allowed to Google.
Yeah, not allowed to Google. But Luke and Lorelai's wedding, what day was it supposed to be? What date? No Google. And then what we shall see. And it's not as I think she'll get it, because it's not just me that was that remembers. I think. And now if it was just me that remembers, then maybe there's something wrong with me. I don't know. But I'm going to hope that Janie has while we wait for that.
She doesn't know. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if you could call yourself a Gilmore Girls fan, Janie. I don't know if this is might have to take your fan card away. Those are my bays.
Max is here. Oh,
he's my bay too. What time is it over there? I love this game. Yeah, ain't it like
it's 1?
It's only 1? Okay, all right, 1. All right, cool. I guess there's go. Hold on.
She's gonna Google. That doesn't count, Jamie.
She
that does
probably
not
will.
count if you Google. It's not fair.
BV Viral says, according to my chart calculations, OMI wants us to show us what it's made of soon. OMI to NFT, OMI circulating supply burns, no more Ben getting token sphere, and it is a legend in my town. His story. Wait, really? Do you like tell your friends about me? Aw, that's so cute. I will at least sign my backpack. Yeah, sure. I think that's I've signed many things in my life, and I will 100% sign your backpack. What's up, everybody? Glad y'all are here. On VeVe, so you got the Blackpink sign before it burned. What was the biggest purchase this month so far? Did you partake in the Star Wars stuff?
I got Grogu. That's probably my biggest purchase. Yeah, I got the Secret Rare. Yeah.
I was driving and I did not get the Secret Rare, and
Oh, see, I did auto pay, and I even bid. Not that I maybe needed to, but I bid MCP. I haven't used my MCP for anything other than like doing some crafting. So,
Yeah.
and I've got 2 million. So I was like, I want it,
Nice.
and I don't want to wake up early. So I did auto pay and MCP, and rested easy.
Yeah, fudged up.
I think I literally didn't wake up until like half an hour after the drop.
Okay, so yeah, I was on the way, like, because Gary V was in town. I was like, okay, I got to go meet him and get him on the channel. So we had a little quick interview. But yeah, and I missed it. I was like, you know what, worth it. Got to hang Gary for a bit. No, supposed to be either May or June because no one in town had conflicts. Yes, okay, so she does remember, and the reason it was on June 3rd, Janie, was because Lorelai and Luke had like a little tiny argument, and he's like, "Oh, Kirk's girlfriend, can't do this date," and then he's like, "I don't want to move a wedding because of somebody that we kind of know as girlfriends. So I don't know her last name, has a conflict with it." But June 3rd, nobody had conflicts with anything. It was perfect. It wasn't too.
I even watched that show twice, Randy. So I watched it like growing. Although I kind of quit, like basically like when she goes to college, I'm kind of out. I just like feel like it just went like after that. But I've watched that series twice, and I can't remember this kind of stuff. I just can't.
I mean, I've seen it like 8 times, so
that's a lot. That's dedication right there.
Well, I mean, it's been out for like 20 years, 25 years, so I get the. I've had enough time.
Watching that, like when it was on, I looked forward to it every week. I loved that show.
So there's the scar gets in the way of the scar beneath it on. I don't know if I can. So there's another.
Scar. On your finger?
Yeah, there's another scar underneath that one, and it was because, Rory had chosen Logan over, and I get it. Like I know why. And then I was like, no, and I had like this heavy bag next to the door, and I went to hit the heavy bag, and I hit the door, and just a chunk of my finger fell off. I was like, oh my god.
Gilmore Girls literally scarred you.
Yeah, it did. It did.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Janie wants another question. Give her something a little easier.
What song do Rory and Dean are they trying to dance to? Because Rory's coming out at her cotillion. What song do they sing that they cannot dance to, but Lorelai and Christopher dance to perfectly?
Man, you ask really hard. You're not allowed on the Oasis.
I mean, it's like for anyone that you got Gilmore Girls. Yeah. So it's like from a famous one. It's a famous song. I feel like it's probably at a lot of weddings. It's probably out of. It's not that hard, Jay. It's
hard.
Scene.
That's really hard.
Scene. But you remember the scene though, right?
Yeah, but like I couldn't even get the melody in my head if I wanted to. I'd get low.
So it's called the Way You Look Tonight by Frank Sinatra. Someday when I'm awfully low. Of course, I know. Of course. Shorty got low.
Your questions are way too hard. Like way.
I don't think it was that hard. Okay. What's the name of Rory's chick? The project she has on the Donna Reed night that she does with Dean.
What are you talking about?
The chick, like, all right, her and her mom watching Donna Reed, and Dean says like, "Oh, I think
who's
that's
Donna Reed?"
They had it's called like the whole episode is called the Donna Reed. Okay, when they go in and they're watching an old show called like the Donna Reed Show, and it's about this woman that like she's just like a housewife, and from the 50s. She cooks for her husband. She looks perfect. Oh, she got it in Stella. That's the name of her chick. So anyway, in that episode, she has a chick, and then she has.
As in a baby bird.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think
I don't know. Like the chick isn't a girl. Like a baby bird. Like what are we talking about?
Okay, so Janie is 1 for 3 there.
Know this?
Because all right, so the joke is like they Lorelai names it Stella, And then Lorelai's watching Stella as Rory has a house because Babette and Maury are out of town. So she watches the house for them, and she invites Dean over, and she pretends to be Donna Reed. She has Donna Reed night with the pearls.
Yes,
and the
I do
kittens.
remember that. I do remember that.
So Lorelai loses Stella, and she calls Lou. She's like, "Hey, I lost my baby chick. You got to get over here." He's like, "What?" And then he goes over there, and then she's just like, "Stella," because
never would have remembered that, but yeah.
Well, I appreciate good art, and I appreciate
Poor Max.
the finer.
Max is spot on. Max is spot on. This is how I feel when I'm trying to talk backpacks to Magic. He nerds out so bad, and I'm just like, bro, what's going on?
Okay, so Magic, you could answer this because you've been both with Max as he tries to talk backpacks, and both with me when I tell you about why Obi-Wan is the most important character in Star Wars. Who's worse?
You.
That you didn't even think of. You could not have said that quicker. You literally could not have said that faster.
1,000,000%, because Max knows. Like, Max will look at me and be like, "Yeah, you want me to shut up?" I'm like, "Yep." Max knows me well enough.
What was the dessert she made Dean? I know she forgot.
She put you on the spot.
Yeah, she forgot the rolls, and she made it. Oh, God, when I think of the dessert that they share, I think of the tiramisu that Dean takes her on for the 3-month anniversary, where he says "I love you," and she just thanks him.
A key lime pie or something.
I got it. Yeah, Janie, what is it? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I forget the.
Wait, was it tiramisu? Did she just confirm?
Well, that's a different dessert from another episode. Or did she try to remake the tiramisu? Is that why I'm remembering it? Okay, now do emoji talking anime. Okay, so who's worse, me with my stuff or emoji with anime? I'm glad to see you're taking your time with this one. Oh, green jello whipped cream. Okay, yeah, I remember that now.
You guys are kind of tied, honestly. You're kind of tied on that one. Yeah.
Okay. All right. At least I'm not
Yeah.
What are you saying? No.
Oh, it was green jello with whipped cream. You didn't get it.
Yeah. No, I'm good. Hit with that unexpected heat. Yeah, I guess emoji, me and you. I think emoji. What I think it is that we are just both men of culture, and some people maybe just
I'm uncultured.
I said maybe they can't recognize that we are just so. Remember in Big Bang Theory where they're trying to teach Sheldon
I don't watch that show.
Okay, no need to raise your voice at me. So they're trying to teach Sheldon how to drive, and he's just like, I'm too evolved for driving. Like, he evolved so much that he just. So I think me and emoji are just we're too cultured for this world.
And I love that for you both, but I don't need to be cultured any more than I am. I am just quite pleasant being naive.
That's fine. That is okay. I love you guys. Y'all are great. Watching anime when it came out helps. I don't have any intention of completing one. Yeah, that thing is like 2,000 episodes. It's been out for like 20 years.
No, thank you.
Yeah, it's insane. A lot of times. I think, what is your most impressive binge? Like, where you watched a certain amount of episodes or seasons or movies and in like a certain amount of time?
That's tough. I really love I'm gonna get cooked. It's okay. I don't care. I really loved The Vampire Diaries. That was probably one of my favorite shows, like, of all time. And I've watched that, I think, 3 times through. I used to watch it every single week that it come on, and then I've rewatched it. Yeah, I just love the love stories in that show. Also, I have like Sex in the City on like the whole DVD thing when it came out. So I binged that. I always watch it, like, if it's on TV, I'll watch that. There was another one that I was thinking, but it's escaping my mind right now. Yeah, that's like a couple of off the top of my head. But I don't like, I haven't binged anything like binge where I sit down and watch stuff like for hours and ages, because like I just don't have the time.
Yeah, I
But
mean, you have kids and stuff, and you have other.
yeah,
You're,
it's hard nowadays.
there's a
Oh, and
ex
I
of
love Nip
mine.
Tuck. Nip Tuck was a great show. Did you ever watch that?
I watched a couple episodes back in high school when it came on, but it wasn't.
Oh, I loved Nip Tuck. I have the all the seasons of that on DVD as well somewhere.
Okay. Okay. I dated a girl that was obsessed with Vampire Diaries, and
So good.
and it showed even if you didn't know that she liked that. Anyway, so we went down to Georgia. It's I forget where it is outside of Atlanta where they like filmed it, and
Mhm.
we got like all like the drink like the blood drinks that they have in this bar. It's like the town or whatever where
They have like
they
a
did it.
bar theme to it.
Yeah, and you get like blood
So
packs, and
cool.
you get like yeah, it's pretty dope.
Oh, that's fun.
So that was a cool weekend for lots of reasons. Emoji, did you know? I'm sure you know that they're rebooting or they're having a Buffy. Not it's a
True Blood was
continuation.
great too. Oh, and I love that it's Planet Vampire saying True Blood is great.
Yeah, Planet Vampire is a cool. It's a cool dude. We've never we've never he
But
hasn't
he's
been
right.
on.
Like the first seasons. Mm.
I feel like you like for True Blood, for Gilmore Girls. I feel like you're just like a 4 season like princess, or it's like that's
Because
fine, and then the rest you
they
don't.
try to do too much in the end, and like they did, like just put it with a bow. Like don't like they try to extend, and so then the storyline gets really weak or obtuse, or just like it's so obvious that they're trying too hard, and then it loses like the authenticity of like what people love the show for. And so like that's my problem with it. Like you could have like condensed, like I don't know. It's just they do too like towards the end when I'm trying to make the show survive, they do too much, and it's like Buffy. Like when Buffy got towards the end, all of a sudden they started throwing in musicals. I was like, yo, what is going on? Like Buffy the Vampire Slayer is not a musical. Sorry, Emoji, but like no. As soon as they did that, I was like, that's no, I can't.
Well, I'm pumped for the reboot. Ready to get this bread. And I still and like nobody to this day has like gotten this reference, but you guys will get it. Somebody like, oh, how are you? Like, 5 by 5, and like, and nobody's called me out on it. Like, is that a Buffy reference? And I would be like, yes, it is. You're the first person to get that. So maybe I'll do that next time we're all in the same room. Someone will call me out on it. You'd probably like Supernatural. It is.
I did never get into that. I didn't get into that. I know.
I have a Supernatural tattoo, and
Do you really?
yeah, it's on my.
That was so judgmental. I mean, do you really?
Look at the birds flying everywhere. Yeah, it's so one. This was late 2016. I was living with my friend Kim, who she was getting into the show. I got into the show on deployment. I come back from deployment. We had there's a good like 4 weeks before when I came back and before she left, and we wanted to just like commemorate it. So we went and we got a couple tattoos together, and one, we both love the show, and two, like what so I got an anti-demon possession tattoo because what if I haven't gotten possessed since. I don't think I got possessed before, but
But you're safe. You're safe.
yeah, so I'm good. I'm chill.
Are you into Last of Us?
Huh? What?
Bro.
Last of Us?
Don't.
Oh, Last of Us? Oh, I love Pedro Pascal, and I played a bit of the game, but I have not. I have not. So, and I'll tell you why.
That's crazy.
There were a couple of times where I chose not to cosplay as certain people because I feel like I didn't earn it. Like I didn't look like them. I didn't work out hard enough to achieve, a certain look. And the general rule with cosplay is like, no, anyone can cosplay anything. It's fun. You could have, and I get that. And that's why a lot of times I'm very critical about the way that certain things are done. Like I don't care about, well, not that I don't care about it. when they like made Nick Fury black. Okay, cool. You know, whatever. And it's Samuel L. Jackson. He's awesome. That's fine. And it was very white cast in general, so that, you know, I get it. But certain people, I feel like, should look like the character. And the cosplay, there was a cosplay girl that looked like the girl from Last of Us, like straight, and maybe she just was horrible on camera. Maybe she couldn't act, but like the memes, oh my god, it's just not when they whitewashed Bane, like and Bane became Tom Hardy. I still watched the movie; it was fine, but he's supposed to be like a 6'8" like Mexican luchador. And when Robert Pattinson became Batman, he was skinny as fudge, and I refused to go see that movie because you didn't show me that you're working for it. You didn't show, like, if they're supposed to be starving, like if they're supposed to be, it just didn't. I couldn't do it. I couldn't get into it. I couldn't get that bread.
But wait, what does that have to do with Last of Us?
Because the gal they chose did not look anything like the character, and they were not. Yeah, I've heard good things about the show. Again, I love Pedro Pascal. I've seen a video where they're like a compilation of them just with Nintendo Wii music in the background, and the video was funny. The video was great. But yeah, I couldn't do it.
Your loss.
Was. Are you caught up on it?
Yes.
Have you played the games?
No.
So yeah, I don't know where they are in it. I don't know where they are in the show.
Well, so yeah, when Joel had his issues, shall we put it lightly, I was not okay. And I was like, how would I have felt? Like, I don't know if I would have liked better that if I had played the game and knew it was coming versus like my perspective. Like, I don't know which I would prefer. I don't know. Because it makes it for like a really, not knowing anything that's going to happen and there being like twists and turns around every corner. Yeah. It makes it for a really, really good watch. But like the people that have played the game, they do seem to also really be enjoying the show. So, yeah.
Okay.
But no, I didn't play it at all.
Is it done now, Last of Us?
No.
Okay.
We are like 4 or 5 episodes into season 2.
Okay, how many episodes do we know? All right.
I think there's like 8 or 10 in a season. Okay, I'm not sure. It's HBO Max, so they usually do like 8 to 10 episodes.
People that played the game were just as mad when they played. Yeah,
it's like trauma brought up all over again.
Yeah, so I am glad that certain things are being done in Hollywood, in like the real world, so that this way we can all like trauma bond together, and it's like secrets that we've all like experienced, like stuff. There's a show, I forget the name. It's an anime. It's really short. It's like a 4-episode just arc where these kids are in this school. They're on like a Saturday detention breakfast club type thing, but the school is like haunted. And this one kid gets unalived. And then when they like are back in the school and the hauntings are like gone, the only one that remembers who this kid was the best friend. And it's like, oh, that feel where like, and that just feels like when you go through these traumas in like video games or these shows and nobody else knows what you're talking about. And now millions of people are knowing what they're talking about. It's just, yeah. Yeah, I heard Andor was great, but the second half. Kaki Gaijin says, Randy's my workmate. He remembers everything in shows. I can't remember yesterday. It's fine. So that's why you have people like me that can quote all of the jazz. A piece of Jermaine Rogers. I guess also we should give a just a kind of not a shout out, just our remembrance to Bruce Clark Kent, aka Mr. Gwyn. Have you Have you seen some of the stuff that people have like screenshotted of his post from like years ago? And dude, I wanted to meet him so bad. I want him on the
That's what he would have
podcast.
wanted, though.
Yeah, 100%. I want him on the podcast, but he's like, I'm too shy. I was like, really? Like the stuff you put, like you're too shy? Yeah, it is yeah, he seemed like cool. I would have loved to have a couple beers with him.
Yeah, for sure.
See what comes out. See what's in his mind with the stuff that he doesn't say.
Yeah, and you know, you and I talked a lot that day, and thank you for everything that you tried to do. We worked hard to
Yeah, yeah. That was,
try and help.
yeah, that felt not good when it was like when you try and then couldn't do it. It's like
Yeah.
bad times. Okay, bring it back to the good times. There's enough bad times. First half of Andor, yeah, I heard it wasn't that great. Speaking of other stuff that David had posted on his Instagram, he posted with Cause, and Cause are usually like in the background, and I'm thinking maybe that's the IP. I don't know.
Man,
I don't
he's
know.
been busy. Where was that? That was in Singapore?
I think so. Yeah.
And then he like came to London from Vegas.
Vegas. Yeah.
He has been busy. And then who knows what he's doing? I doubt he's going home before Lisbon. Like I'm assuming he's either staying in London or traveling elsewhere in between, because it doesn't, like, I think that's a really far flight for him. So it makes sense to like kind of stay on the travel mode for 10 more days. Yeah. He's been busy.
Yeah. I've been throwing a couple Hail Marys out saying like, oh, hey, David, check out this article where it says that any foreign company that is headquartered in Ohio in this opportunity zone, you get 10 years of free, federally tax-free, and then you could recruit out of Ohio State with these opportunity job zones. You get these tax credits, and I'm trying to get him the headquarter here, which would be awesome. I don't know if he's about it though. I think he just thinks, Randy, I don't want to be close to you. Like, I don't want to be that close to you. I was like, okay, fair point. But anything to save the company a little bit of money, I feel like maybe he would do. But we shall see. We've been going on for about 90 minutes here. Let's wrap it up and then talk off camera for a second.
Okay.
Anything you want to say before we end it?
Thanks for having me on. This was fun. Of course, always go down the rabbit hole of all sorts of weird topics, but it's entertaining. And then for everybody, just we're gonna keep taps on what's going on with the auction. I think as far as I've received, I need to probably go check the
42.
children's net. Yeah, 4.2K is the highest bid for the auction. But it's still open until June 7th. So no, Max, we cannot. So yeah, I'm excited to see if we get any sort of last minute bids or interest in there. We'll see.
Star Trek Pickard and Discover. Okay, interesting. There's a lot of Rory Gilmore hate. There's a lot of Gilmore Girls. So on the Gilmore Girls subreddit, on Reddit, it's supposed to be like a fan page, and sometimes it is, but a lot of times there's these people that are just absolutely taking a giant Cleveland steamer on Rory and Lorelai. They just do not like, and it's like, I get that they have faults, but so does everyone. But they just like, it's like they hate. They're like fudders. They're like fudders of the show.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, bro, it's why I get in arguments all the time with these people. Like, what? I don't
You
even
get
know.
In arguments with them?
Yeah, because they have trash opinions and they deserve to know. Yeah, and it's like, so yeah, that's probably one of my lesser qualities, is getting arguments into the Reddit.
Did I send you that AI Reddit thing?
No, but you might have. Was it on Instagram Reels? Because
I doom scrolled a couple of times.
I'm behind on like 8 videos. I do watch them all, but
there's one that was about AI out of some university, the University of Zurich or something, where they they had AI basically infiltrate Reddit comments, and the AI was basically able to like influence people, and it became this huge like what's the right word? Not conflict of interest, but like
The danger.
Kind of like there was this argument against it, and so yeah, I'll have to send you that reel because it was really interesting actually.
I'm gonna say that if you what's that word? If you Urban Dictionary Cleveland Steamer, it is different than what you're probably thinking of. So
yeah, I know exactly where Max is.
Anyway, yeah, we'll end it here. Thank you all for joining. Everyone say bye-bye to Devi. Bye-bye.